normally this is where I would speed up and play music. Well, you hear the music that I added in the background, which is Raiku's theme in this game. Yeah, the three legendary dogs have, well, they share the same theme, but it's remixed differently in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, depending on which one you're facing. However, this isn't what I wanted to talk to you about. The reason why I'm talking, over this footage is because something happened to a fraction of the footage, and so I had to reconstitute it using cheats. Now, what you're seeing is what happened all the way through. However, there's one encounter that I had to reconstitute using cheats, as I said, because I don't know what happened, but the file got corrupted. Maybe it was because I closed down Cam Studio too quickly while it was still compressing the audio, which wouldn't surprise me at all, because I was in sort of an ecstatic state, so to speak, and you're gonna see soon enough what I'm talking about. But in the end, I had to reconstitute the whole thing using cheats. I could have just, said, here, this is what happened during the footage that I lost. But nonetheless, I think it's still worth showing. And by the way, the reason why I'm telling you this, well, reason number one, because I think I need to be upfront about it. So even if I could hide it, I still feel I need to tell you the truth. And this is the segment that I'm talking about that I lost. Now here, as you can see, Raikou is marked as caught because this is the part that has been reconstituted. So, look at what happened. I throw a dusk ball, and this is what happened on the recording that never saw the light of day either because of corruption. Yep! Another freaking one ball catch. And when I caught Raikou that way the first time, I said to myself, there's no way anyone's gonna believe that. How many of those legendaries have I caught with one ball in this LP series? The answer is a lot. And then I go and screw it up and lose the footage. So now I'm like completely screwed. I'm going to be looking like I'm making an excuse for people to believe that I caught Raikou with one ball. And the only reason why anyone would believe me is because I drew an absolutely crappy nature for Raikou, Impish, which boosts defense and lowers special attack. And at this point, right here, I was freaking out too, because, what would happen if I caught both with one ball? Now it's guaranteed no one would have believed me if I caught it. So I was sort of happy to see it go out of its ball. And Entei was much less cooperative than Raikou, I admit it, but I still managed to catch it in a decent amount of time. But yeah, as I was saying, Raikou's nature, impish, total crap, absolute garbage. There are only two natures I can think of, namely Adamant and Jolly, that could have been worse. And if you know me, you're aware that I would have traded some more of these attempts in exchange for a better nature. But since the nature is determined, I believe it's when you release the dogs from the tower in Ekritique, then there was no way for me to just, say, reset the game and I'd get a different nature. I was stuck with it. So, yeah, I would have much rather had bragging rights for something like a modest or a timid Raikou rather than another one-ball catch, because I got enough of these in this LP series. I think everyone's going to agree. And yeah, as I was about to say, the reason why I couldn't hide this, even if I wanted to, is because Raikou was marked as caught when I did the reconstitution. Otherwise, I probably would have been able to fool everyone, but yeah, that's the way it happens. And here I caught Entei, so that's going to be the end of this little footage of me catching the legendary dogs. So I'll see you tomorrow for more Pokemon Soul Silver. Okay, let's have a quick overlook at our legendary dogs to start with. As I said before, complete crap! As in terms of nature for Raikou. Entei got off a little better, lax nature. Could have been better, but it also could have been worse. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Entei in my party instead of Shuckle, because, well, I don't have any use for Shuckle anymore, since it was only there to fill up the last slot. Shut up! Shut up! Okay, thank you. But, yeah, as I was saying, Entei is now a member of my team, and the reason why I'm taking it and not Raikou is because I want to bring both of my HM slaves along with me, and Raikou's moveset is a little bit redundant compared to Gengar. So the moveset that you just saw for a few seconds over there, for Raikou, I bought Thunderbolt from the Game Corner. I also have Shadow Ball, the TM that I got from Morty. I also have Headbutt from the tutor in Ilex Forest, sorry about that, and Reflect, which is, I guess, a nice filler move, which Raikou already had. And for Entei, it already had Flamethrower, so I kept it there. I also gave it Dig, which I believe I obtained in Goldenrod, I don't really remember. But there was also Headbutt that I went to Ilex Forest for as well, and I bought Reflect at the Goldenrod department store. So that's it for my Legendary Dogs movesets. Headbutt and Reflect are just sort of filler on both, and the reason why I'm not using Return right now is because, well, I just caught them. Their happiness just isn't very high, so as a result, it's better to just use Headbutt, which also happens to have a great flinch chance. And I guess I'm going to replace it with Return once their happiness is high enough, which is, I guess, sort of one of the reasons why I'm taking Entei with me, because I can use those extra points of happiness as soon as possible, since it's got a really big attack stat, so Return could actually be quite good in its hands. Now, this cave is called Mount Mortar. It's found on Route 42, which is just east of Ecruteak. And let me tell you, you saw the guard at the toll booth. This is a natural maze. You really have to be careful to not get lost in there. And if you want to get everything, and even if you don't and you just want to go in that cave for whatever reason, and trust me, it's entirely optional, by the way, if you want to go in there, make sure to have a map handy. This is what I've done. I've got a Firefox window open with a map of the floor where I'm going to be spending most of the time in this video. Psypokes is the site that I'm using. Those guys have maps for a lot of dungeons in this game. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. I have a Firefox window with Psypokes open, and with that there's no real danger of me getting lost in there. Now, it might seem foolish to use a Crobat in a cave, by the way, that has plenty of Geodudes, but just look at the level difference, and yeah, nothing stands a chance against this Crobat in this cave. And the reason why I'm using it, even though the experience isn't very good, is because, well, it needs the experience because it's going to be sort of hard to level compared to a Pokemon with the type coverage of the Lapras, the awesome offensive stats of Gengar, or the overall stat total of things like Raikou or Entei. And besides, I'm not going to be using Raikou and Entei too much right now because my other 3 team members are still sort of lagging in levels. Raikou and Entei are both at 40, and I think the other 3 are all at 37. So I'm going to have the others catch up before I start using Raikou and Entei. By the way, while I'm in this cave with endless random battles and very, very few trainer battles, there are, I think, 2 in this area, and that's it, not counting the Karate King, which is at the very bottom of the cave, which we can't get to right now because we need Waterfall. Something that I wanted to talk about, because I sort of didn't tell you the full truth when it comes to games that I've played but not did 100%, because, well, I'm known for covering absolutely everything of note in my LPs, but there are still some games out there that I haven't fully completed 100%. I know I've mentioned the Nintendo Gallery in Wind Waker a few times. because, well, if you know anything about the mechanics of that thing, it's just, too tedious. You have to take a photo of absolutely every character, monster, boss, everything in the game, and you can only carry 3 at a time, and the Nintendo Gallery itself is in a very inconvenient spot. So, yeah, far too tedious for me to even attempt. Now, that's the only thing that I actually have never done because it was too tedious. There are other games, though, that there are certain parts that I didn't do because they were just too difficult. And I know I'm going to shatter all the delusions that you have of me being a true lead gamer and all that, but I never actually 100%ed Mario Galaxy 2 either. Never, ever, ever could get that final star. Every other star in the game, it's okay, I can do it. For some of them, I'm gonna die and die and die a lot, but eventually, I'm gonna get there. But the last star, no. Just no. You're throwing the hardest level at me. No checkpoints. No room to breathe. One hit, you are dead, and you go back to the beginning. Now add to that the fact that there are some sections that are absolutely insane, like the one with the flip-swap tiles. While there are circular lasers firing at you, there are also those octopi thing shooting fireballs at the same time. That's just too freaking much. And even if I could get past that section, which I never managed to, there's the part with the Hammer Brothers. Even with checkpoints and 3 HP, I still get my ass kicked a million times before I manage to pull off a decent run where I don't die. So, yeah, never 100%ed this game either. I know some people can do this, but I just can't. Other game that, screw this, I'm not doing full completion on, Donkey Kong Country 4. Now, I've beaten regular mode 100%, no problem, but it's mirror mode the problem. You know what I was talking about the last star in Galaxy 2? They're gonna have you do that throughout the entire game. No items, no Diddy, one hit, you are dead. And that's just freaking insane considering you're gonna have to take hits sooner or later in this game. And the worst part is that I didn't really beat the final boss legitimately either. I needed freaking banana juice. Now I have no regrets about that. That's why they give you the banana juice to begin with, so that you can use it when you really need it. But seriously, they would have me do a boss that I needed the banana juice to beat on regular mode, but now I can't use Diddy, I can't use items. One hit, I'm dead? Are you serious? No way. And the Golden Temple. Let's talk about the Golden Temple for a bit. This place is just insane. It's got... You gotta jump on blueberries that are the size of blueberries. It's just absolutely insane to try and do this without Diddy. And they would have you do all these jumps without Diddy while there are enemies firing daggers at you and you can't get hit or you die? Are you serious? Really, no, I'm not even gonna bother with mirror mode. Now, I usually don't take video responses since most of them are from aspiring LPers who just want to use my popularity to get more views, and I usually don't take them because only a few of them are any good. Most of them are just, blah, no, LPing's not really for you. And oh hey, look at that, no guard kicks in, hitting airborne enemies, great. Yeah, I usually don't take video responses, but if you can beat Tiki Tong or the Golden Temple in mirror mode in Donkey Kong Country 4, I would love to see that. Send me a video response and I'll make sure to accept it. The world needs to know of your godly Donkey Kong skills. Anyway, I believe, this is my last Fly HMs, and we're almost out of time, so it's just the perfect moment to end this video. So, next time on Pokemon Soul Silver, we're gonna keep heading further into Mount Mortar. Probably not getting out, though, because this place, as I said, is freaking huge!